Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just That I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did even more job quests, so we're going to go and finish off all of the job quests that are still remaining, which would be for Black Mage, Summoner, and White Mage. Then I trust you have prepared yourself well. Our foe musters at ffXIV. The hour of our final confrontation is nigh. The hero and our beastman friends are en route to the Forelands as we speak, and I would join them with all haste. Come as soon as you're able. Shitoto will be awaiting your arrival. Okay. Why, thank you so very much, Salai. What with my corporeal form having long since faded to dust, it is an honor and a pleasure to see my legacy carried on by women, men, and beastmen after my own. Whoops, was I just speaking aloud? You can stop gawking any time now, or have you forgotten that we have an army of power-hungry golems bent on destroying our realm to dispose of? Fortunately, I have already formulated the perfect plan of attack. You three will see to the stragglers still attempting to scale the mountain, I trust. You can handle that much. The hero, Lyn, and myself will scale the summits, where the oversized augmented agglomeration of golems is surely awaits us. If I may be so bold, Lady Shitoto, I would proffer a small amendment to this plan. Sam'al, as you know, is a holy place to all the dragons who call this land home. I am ill-inclined to wage battle without first obtaining their blessing. The other Sitir has told me that Lyn has a friend among their kind. I'm happy it would be best if she sought the counsel of this Vidofnir before you proceed. I can't believe I'm saying this, but that's hardly the worst idea I've heard today. After all, it could hardly hurt to add another powerful ally to our ranks. What are you waiting for then? Lead the way. Bombs? An unholy menace doth gather in our midst, threatening to summon doom from the heavens down upon this realm. Such is thy plight. I too did sense the presence of an intruder in our sacred home. At first I was content to observe, but the danger hath grown too great. Warrior of warriors, if thou and thine would take up arms against our common foe, thou dost have my blessing. Well, that's a ringing endorsement, if I've ever heard one. Here, send word to our beastmen friends. We commence the operation at once. There's no time to lose, Lyn. Let's make for the summit and dispose of the abomination that awaits us before the comet gets too close for comfort. Proceed. Understood. Pray leave the rest to us. Lady Shitoto, my colleagues from the observatorium have confirmed your suspicions. On its current path, the falling star will sail wide of us, if by the slimmest of margins, and yet that path shifts with every second, being as slowly but inexorably, yes, to the brink of calamity. Call the hunch, but I do believe this imposing fellow might be responsible. Well, I'm glad that the obvious hasn't escaped you, at any rate. Our task is clear. We need only reduce him to dust before he can summon his dear mother any closer. Well then, are you ready to stand alongside the greatest mage to ever have lived in a battle for the very future of your world? Look sharp. This is our time to shine. But here's a little one. Oh my god, that's amazing. That is amazing in so many ways. Holy crap. It made me smile. Oh crap, I don't have enough juice. I did not read that correctly. Oh well. Fuck you. You bitch. Right. Something tells me I gotta destroy this. There we go. Goodbye, Comet. Eat shit. Anybody got time for that? This, and then this, and start running. Run, bitch. Wow, that was a one-shot, nice. I used to not like Black Mage, but Black Mage at this level is fun. That's right. If not a little bit tedious from time to time. But the tediousness comes in like fucking it up in some kind of a way or being interrupted. Yeah. I do like instacast stuff more, but Black Mage, for what it's worth, does its like type of content or like, type of gameplay perfectly. Victory is ours. Only pray it does not come too late. Perhaps if you had some black magic in your repertoire, but it is of no matter. I have the utmost faith that Lynn and my efforts were not in vain. That light, the 12 of mercy. Here it comes, and there it goes. And with that, my friends, I do believe we've been spared a most crushing fate. Stand tall, Lynn. You and I just saved the world. And I suppose I should thank you as well here for doing a most remarkable job of not fucking everything up. And with that, I believe my work here is done. While I'd love nothing more than to stay and savor our victory a bit longer, all good things must come to an end. Don't look all sad now. With such promising protégés to carry on my legacy, I can go to rest, knowing that I did not mother the art of destruction in vain. You have seen our art wielded for the greatest of good and the worst of evil. Having witnessed firsthand your prowess and the sheer strength of your resolve, I gladly leave the future of our art in your hands. Walk the path well, Lynn of the Black. That millennia from now, when we have long since faded to a dim memory, those who follow in our footsteps may yet wield their prodigious power against any who would bring harm to our fair realm. Actually, need to look away from that. That's a flashbang and a half. Way to go, Architoto. Be proud, Lynn. Having shared a mind with Mrs. Architoto all this time, I can assure you that if effusive praise does not come easily to her lips, I can still scarcely believe she did me the honor of choosing my body as a vessel. Before meeting her in the flesh, in a matter of speaking, I had assumed Death's handmaiden was little more than a witch obsessed with fire and destruction, which in my impression may have been an error. May have been? Does your purish pig-headed prejudice know no end? Charming as ever, I see. I dare say you could learn a thing or two from your esteemed forebear on how to treat a gentleman. Oh, is that so, Lynn? If you happen to see any gentlemen around these parts, do let me know. At any rate, we are done here. Let us leave this uncultured boar here to reflect for a bit on how to treat a lady. Later, nerd. It's the only thing I have to think of right now. That was a nice ending to that. It was very interesting too, to deal with Chitota. I have to fucking talk to the beastman again. Me being like, yes, I've talked to everybody. Everybody important. Looks at the beastman. Ooh. Many golems had come to scale the peak, but they come no more, laid low by our magics. The heavens, too, are calm. I trust your battle with the great beast ended in victory. Just so, my friend. Not to boast, but even Lady Shitoto was most impressed with our efforts. Is that not so, Lin? 3 cheers! Wait, Daza, Mendicants, right, that's you. 3 cheers for Shitoto, 3 cheers for Lin, 3 cheers for the art of destruction. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah! Far be it from me to raining a parade, but let us not forget that the healer in your ranks played at least a small part in your victory. Quack, what a happy day this is. Fly home to share the joy with his brothers and sisters, those who will. You will visit those who will attempt to share magical learnings, yes? Till then, friend. I too must take my leave. But know that even when we are apart, we always stand as one. Till next we meet, my friend. I too must return to Gridania to deliver my official report. I suppose this is farewell, at least for now. Well, don't let us keep you, though. I was wondering if I might express my gratitude to your colleagues at the Observatorium. On behalf of Mr. Sototo, that is. Leave that to me. Fear not all my friends are so open-minded. If they were to learn that I had allied myself with beastmen and practitioners of the dark arts, there's no telling what sort of twisted rumors might spread. Fear not, Lalai. You have my word that as a hero, as a hero and healer, I will do aught I can to work towards a day when you and your fellows can stand proud and receive credit for all the good you have done. See you later, nerd. I cannot bear to say this in his presence, but our hero friend has come quite far, wouldn't you say? I too would do everything in my power to make that day a reality. And with that, I do believe our job here is done. Shall we return to the aquarium? That we shall. Pew. Lurking Leech. It's a name and a half. Welcome back, Lynn. Once again, I must express my gratitude for all you have done, as well as my profound respect. You have mastered our art to a degree that few of us have ever attained. Well, it is not like me to dwell on such matters. I was just reflecting on the hero's words. Once again, the truth of the battle we waged will never be known to those we fought to save. Needless to say, we do what we do. We do what we do. We do not do what we do for accolades or glory. We do it because it must be done, and to sate our own intellectual curiosity. And yet it does not sit well with me. No, I cannot just turn a blind eye while the deeds of my friends and mentors are swallowed by history, never again to see the light. When a day will come that we can emerge from the shadows, I cannot say. But for that day, and for the eyes of all who would follow in our footsteps, I would put all I have seen to paper, just as Master Kukuruku once did. Or Kukuruku. All we have learned of our realm and the arcane, of course, but that is all. That is not all. I would write of the bravery of our beastman friends, of a stubborn and self-important hero, who, against all odds, proved himself a friend. Most of all, I would write of the illustrious founder of our glorious art, and the adventurer who she would personally entrust with carrying on our legacy. Why, I dare say the chapter will write itself. And with that, we are done with Black Mage. As we learn Foul. Or as the game calls it also, Gembreaker, also Howler. So, the thing we have learned is Foul as a spell. But the other thing we learned is Enhanced Enochian, which grants the effects of polyglots upon maintaining Enochian for 30 seconds. Also improves Enochian's magic damage increase to 10%. What is like normal? Like 5%. Oh, okay, I see. Well, anyway, now we are gonna, like, for every 30 seconds that we are in Enochian, so either in Umbral Fire or Umbral Ice, and not like having it break in between that, we will get a polyglot. And a polyglot is what we can use to cast Foul or Zitoglossy. So yeah. Foul deals an aspect of damage to a target and all nearby enemies, with a potency of 600 for the first enemy, and 60% less for all remaining. Xenoglossy is level 80, so we do not care about that. That is a thing. This is a multi-target version, and this is a single-target version. Pretty simple. Now let's take a look at this disappointing outfit. I'm pretty dang sure I know this outfit, and I'm pretty dang sure that I will not like it. And yeah. This is quite something. It's like Witch of the Woods kind of deal. Yeah. Quite colorful. Let's go ahead and take a look at the pieces separate from each other. So the hat is actually, like, I feel like for a black mage hat, it's pretty good actually. Even though changing the color would be a good start. Because that's a horrible color. The robe, meh, it's fine. But once again, like, for me thinking, this is gonna sound very stupid. Because, you know, you're a mage, so of course you're gonna be wearing robes. But I really don't like it when robes go this far down for a caster. It's really weird why I'm so obsessed with this. That's just something that I do not appreciate. Once again, just maybe different colors would do some good. The pants reminds me a lot of really these wings. They don't make it very nice. And then these thigh boots, which aren't too bad actually. Although I do not like this kind of stuff either. And then the staff, which is fine, just very colorful. Not really my style. Anyway, next up, summoner time. Everybody, let's go to everybody's favorite location in the game. I'm not a goblin, I'm a gnome. And you've been gnomed. Don't ask me how that happens. Oh. Sorry, I'm enjoying a nice drink. While I try to figure out how to get there without using my right hand. Hello. I've learned all there is to be learned about the research facility. The time has come to make our move. From what my sister and her colleagues have told me, the laboratories are housed in an extremely dangerous quadrant of ffXIV. We not want to wander around inviting trouble, but rather plot the swiftest and safest route to our destination. There should be a terminal somewhere that will allow us to pinpoint the section where Cyrus research is being stored. Once we arrive on ffXIV, finding such a terminal will be our highest priority. I've informed Captain Wolf of our forthcoming expedition. He insisted that he and his summoner squad provide us with support. Let us make ready and meet them at Helix. Captain Wolf. My boy. ffXIV is even more fantastical than I imagined. But we mustn't let ourselves be distracted by the scenery. We should fan out and search for a control panel of some description. And we can use that to plan the simplest route to our objective, yes? Aye, then we plunge ahead, swift and sure, and bring an end to this bastard's clone. That is just some... what? Who? Oh, well, whatever. That is my intention. It is important to note, however, that we have yet to determine if our enemy is truly a clone or not. Even an artificial copy would appear as a living, breathing being. The man you fought on Seal Rock seemed almost otherworldly. I'm inclined to agree with you, Mitra. But no matter what he is, we need to slay him to lift Prince Seal. The job remains the same. True enough. Though we should first focus on finding that terminal. Then, if you would, pray search around the base of the Warring Triad statues. Keep your guard up. If Sorry knows we're coming, you may have prepared a welcome. off we go. To the Watering Triad statues. I keep calling him the Triple Triad from time to time, which is kind of stupid, because, you know, Triple Triad is just a card game. We're almost there, my friends. One might think that I'm not enjoying myself, but that would be wrong. Because I very much am, but I would love to finish this and then rest. Then I would have a nice little batch of videos that I can work with for a couple of days. And then I can record at a later date. Oh my god, whatever shall I do? Bahabushi. Speaking of Bahabushi, I'm going to change something in here. There we go. I guess it would be something like this more. I predicted you would be the first to find me. A lesser summoner would have been slain. Lyn. Sorry, it's the clone. It's here. Clone? Ah, you seek to explain my existence. Understandable theory, but I'm far more than one of those clumsy creations. You'd best abandon this flawed perception, lest it lead you down the path to failure. I shall await you inside, potential. You will pass my test, your true final challenge. Or you will die never knowing what I truly am. Thor's teeth is gone again. That was not his voice, whatever. Oh, crap. Did you see that, Lyn? The way he vanished? It's akin to dismissal of a summoned entity. So you're saying he's some sort of eggy on what's wearing Sari's face, but how can he look so solid and, well, alive? With the aid of a computational machine, it would be theoretically possible to reconstruct Ether into a near-perfect replica of Sari's corporeal form. Was someone using a machine? Correct, Master Sari's research developed mechanical substitutes for grimoires. In fact, the lieutenant is standing right in front of one. This thing, eh? Looks a bit like them tome lifts on Sea Rock, only they was much bigger. Gods, can the bugger pop up anywhere there's one of these devices? I think we can now safely assume that this is Sari is the product of enhanced summoning magic. But our answer leaves us with yet another question. If Sari is the Eggy, then who is the summoner? Even if the grimoire is replaced by a machine, must still exist the one who commands it. Gotta find the master then. If you don't squash the summoner, the master will just bring the Sari Eggy back again and again and again. Whoever that bastard may be, he or she must be concealed somewhere nearby. An entity will always be summoned within a certain distance of the summoner. Even machine-enhanced techniques cannot circumvent this basic principle. That our antagonist chose not to make an appearance on Seal Rock suggests a reluctance to expose oneself to direct harm. In this occasion, however, with so many computational devices near to hand, I expect the foe's art will be significantly bolstered. So the Eggy will be even stronger than last time. All the more reason to take down the summoner quickly before we're swamped by ethereal horrors. Well, I've brought a little device that should help. An etherometer I borrowed from my sister, Stola. If I can detect the right currents, it should lead us straight to our hidden enemy. Excellent, Yumitra. That may make all the difference. Right, let's be about this then. Summoner squad, take the van and clear the way forward. Aye, we've been waiting for the chance to prove ourselves. You just focus on finding the summoner and we'll sweep aside the dregs. Right. Ready for round 2, Lyn? Terminal has provided us with a direct route to the research storage facility. We're going to rip through this facility and take Sar's clone apart. It is an ethereal entity, Captain Wolf, not a clone, and I must point out that your true objective is a summoner rather than a servant. Right, I knew that. As we planned then. Summoner squad front and center. Carve Lyn a path through. Aye, Captain. Yumitra, you're in charge of finding whoever's pulling this imposter Sari's drinks. Let's go. Time for another drink. Ah, yes, the electrochemical research facility. Jesus, is that you? Wonderful. You've done well to make it this far. Subarashi. The summoner has to be around here somewhere. Yumitra, use your gadget, I'll buy you some time. We came here to remove the seal you put on Principia. Do as we ask, and this can all end peacefully. I'm sorry, Captain. I'm afraid I can't do that. To do so would run contrary to the purpose for which I was created. Surely by now you have come to realize my true nature. You are an Eggy in the form of my creator, an existence made possible through the fusion of summoning magic and etherochemical technology. But while Master Sari was the last of the great summoners of Alak, you are not more than an elaborate imitation, and you are no match for the summoner who now stands before you. Very good, by your conjecture, but your conjecture has missed the mark. What I am is a defense mechanism that is capable of self-enhancement in order to combat ever greater threats. Shall I phrase this in simple terms? In the event that I encounter a presence with greater potential than Sari, I am compelled to harness that potential through main force, and compose its ether into a new guardian entity. Want to kill Lin and make a Negi of the Warrior of Light? Have you reached an understanding? A peaceful conclusion to this encounter was never forthcoming. His reasoning has broken down. Your deeds have saved countless lives and will continue to do so. How can one justify killing you, Mistress, when you embody the very principles for which summoning magic was invented? Dimitra, in luck finding that summoner? I've just finished tracing the threads. The camouflage is impressive, but I'm still shocked that we missed something of that size. Our true enemy is up there. It's just an elegant orb? Okay. Observant of you. You have uncovered Master Summoner Sari's greatest masterpiece. Not officially sentient evocation matrix. The complexity of my design simply cannot be compared to the primitive principles used in Principia's construction. Your defeat is inevitable. Tough talk for an aging machine whose logic channels have obviously rusted with disuse. Mr. Smart, you and your companions disposed of this unsightly and unseemly amalgamation of refuse? Oh yeah. Give me that beautiful music. This is what I needed. Oh yeah. Let's... This is the perfect song for this. My god. Squeeze me. I'm going to do a normal ruin because not worth casting River Ruin. Okay. I am all you thick. Cannot kill me. Oh, it's a mine, okay. Do not want to stand on that. It just keeps on summoning, huh? Yeesh. Oh, hello. I know that kind of... I know that design. I love his music so much. Nerf gas, yeah, just like that one boss. In coils, which makes sense because these are all elegant devices. Looks like he's out of summoning power. There we go. We did it, Lynn. We won. That we did. Never doubt you missed us. May I suggest we now exit this unpleasant place? I love the book. Principio's so good. Stunning victory, Lynn. You've won the day, but Captain Wolf wished to stay behind and conduct a thorough search. I told him it was still too dangerous to wander around alone, but the captain is a stubborn man. Not to worry, though. If aught should happen, we'll soon charge off the fight at his side. Captain Wolf will call if he needs us. We should be celebrating here. This does not mean Prince Seal's now broken. Mistress' success is indeed something to be celebrated. I was not crafted to experience emotion, but I do feel a certain rustle of satisfaction in my pages. Once you've mastered them high and mighty techniques, you'll be stronger than ever. Well, I think I'd rather learn by your example anyway, instead of from musty scrolls written by some long-dead elegant summoner. It is in the hopes of achieving just such an outcome that I awoke from my slumber. The art of summoning is for the living, as my creator was once so fond of declaring. Then, Prin, let us say our farewells for the moment. Thank you for your aid, everyone. We could not have done this without you. Back to, really, for one final time, back to the Upkalu Falls. You know, for all time's sake. Fucking hell. Fucking hell, mate. Oh well, at least I got to do a cool battle with some awesome music, with a job that I like to play. That's very good. With a story that I also liked quite a lot. It was pretty good. Also, my inventory is hellish. I don't know what to do with all of these. I mean, I'll probably just store them, but still, that's like... That's like, wait, how much is the line again? It's 510. Yeah, this is fucking like 79 units. Okay. Welcome back, Lynn. You were only meant to face the 3 challenges, and we ended up chasing your prize into the heavens themselves. An unexpected development, which you handled with exceptional grace, mistress. And now at long last I can finally bequeath to you the higher secrets of summoning. Pray step forward. What a momentous occasion. The wisdom of the last of Alex's master summoners is yours. Eager to depart to explore your newfound powers, however, Captain Wolf has a report for us. It should explain much of what occurred in Azizla. I will. I wanted to be sure that machine was truly undone, and after poking around inside it, I discovered a number of soul crystals, according to Principia, that belonged to Sour's disciples. The captain also unearthed a tombstone containing undoctored records of that age. It would seem that following the murder of his students, Sour became increasingly bitter. He began to doubt that the future could be safely entrusted to the capricious whims of mortals. Instead, he explored other methods by which new generations might be safeguarded from the threat of primals, and committed himself to etherochemical research. As you may have surmised, the evocation matrix was the end result of Master Sari's toil, drawing on its embedded soul crystals and unrivaled computational powers. This terrible invention was capable of manifesting a veritable host of ethereal avatars. Once he was satisfied with his work, Sari commanded the machine to act as civilization's mightiest guardian, and then he killed himself. His ethereal essence was absorbed, and a formidable Eggy was added to his invention's arsenal. So now you know the truth of it. What a price to pay to ensure that the art of summoning survived until tomorrow. After failing to protect his disciples, I wonder if he meant to preserve their soul crystal in their stead. Even if that were his intention, he chose the wrong way to achieve it. Brynir is the embodiment of the hopeful ideals of Sari's younger self. The murderous machine of his latter years is a product of frustration and anger and grief. Ah, but what shall we do with the crystals? We cannot risk them falling into the hands of another villain like Tristan. If you wish, I could swallow the crystals and hold them safe until another era has need of them. My enchantments would ensure that they pass only into the hands of the worthy. Swallow? You mean to eat them? Fear not, Captain. I have no digestive tract of which to speak, and now that I have instructed Mistress in the wisdom of Alec, this task shall be the last I perform ere I return to slumber. Wait, so this is farewell? Correct, or maybe more appropriately, good night. As a familiar, I was not unspelled to experience loneliness. I was, however, written with the knowledge that it is best not to draw out a parting of ways with needless sentimentality. No tears for you then, April. Summoning magic was created to combat the threat of the primals. The ideal world is one in which I need never awake again. Or again awaken, whatever. Real to the art well, mistress. Off to Dreamland, just like that. Suppose Prince's purpose is served, and that's the same as happiness. That's the same as happiness to a familiar. Speaking of serving one's purpose, I think it's time I took my leave. The tasks of the morrow beckon to us all, as do what we may, so the Prince might rest peacefully for many years to come. Complete. As we unlock a really nice one. Conquer the Principious challenges and earn to the lost wisdom of Alag. In the form of Summon Bahamut. Yes, yes, yes. So. When you press Summon Bahamut, you enter Dreadworm stance and summons Demi Bahamut to fight your target. Demi Bahamut will execute a Worm Wave automatically on a target attacked by you after summoning. Increases enmity in target when Demi Bahamut is summoned. Anyway, additional effect changes Ruin 3 to Astral Impulse and Try Disaster to Astral Flare. And like it just does the normal stuff. However, this time you will summon Bahamut with you. The other thing we learn at level 70 is Enkindle Bahamut. Orders Demi Bahamut to execute Ak Morn. Deals unaspected damage to target and all enemies nearby with a potency of 1,300 for the first enemy and 60% less for all remaining enemies. Yes, you get to cast Ak Morn. So not only do you get to cast Death Flare, you also get to cast Ak Morn. It's so good. I love it so much. You have no idea how much I love this freaking spell. Anyway, Worm Wave, which deals unaspected damage with a potency of 150, and then we have Ak Morn, which we've already seen. And the rest I do not need to explain because we haven't reached that yet. Man. Good soup. And you also, when you summon him, which I can do right now, you also have Demi Bahamut just floating around. Behind you. Alright, Channeler's Attire. I think this might actually be a piece of armor that looks pretty decent. Look at this horn. Not bad, not bad. Well, except for the boots. Those are horrible. The boots are absolutely horrible. So the hat is just another horn. The robe itself looks pretty nice, I would say. However, I like this a lot. That's like the thing with a lot of my stuff, though. This is pretty good, though. Yeah. I like the fact that this doesn't have the wings for a change. I do not like the wings being there. Okay. And then these are, well, they're a design choice. Just like as an interesting like kind of thing. You can probably do something with them, but I wouldn't know. This is also quite something. And these boots are just horrible. in every way. Absolutely revolting. Okay, maybe a little bit too much, but no thanks. And the book is fine. Alright, and with that, it is time to do Red Mage. Our final job quest. Our final freaking job quest of Stormblood. And for a lot of the jobs, our final job quest in general. Like, the final, like, job quest chain, I guess. Where did I even need to go? Right next to that, okay. Hello, Zrun. Lynn, I've decided we should go to the Thaumaturge Guild in Ul'dah for help with tracking down Arya, of course. I've been doing some research into Void Scent and possessions, and as I suspected, the process is not a simple one. Even so, I doubt we have the time for me to become a fully fledged expert on the subject. We need one right now. The Thaumaturges are one of the few organizations familiar with our query. Considering how they were also the modern successors to the arcane knowledge of Mach, their shells may even hold ancient lore that could tell us more about Lilith. Let us be away. Ah, Lynn, I've just been explaining our woes to Prelate Yayaka here. Ah well, when Sarun spoke of another colleague, I did not expect to be meeting our very own Avatar of Devastation. Now then, the tomes with passages pertaining to the Void Scent Lilith are all forbidden occult work, abhorrent volumes chained to the shelves in our deepest archives, never again to see the light of day. I'll just pop back there and grab one or two. If you could wait over there for a moment. My Thaw, she's even more sinister than I imagined, with no mention of her presence in the past millennium. I thought Lilith destroyed, yet it would seem she is very much alive and exceedingly dangerous. Her most fearsome aspect is the power to enslave a person's will. If you include all those with even a whisper of her essence within their veins, she has slithered inside the minds of a veritable army. The sigil employed by this Lambert of yours is a second-hand manifestation of Lilith's ability. He would but need to coat a tool with his tainted blood, then engrave her name in the flesh of his victim to create the unthinking puppets you described. Ah, and that is but a faint echo of her true power. Correct. Power she will not hesitate to bring to bear on the mortals she so despises. Archmages Colorwise made doubly sure of that when she lured her into a trap. As well as a talent for draining the life force of her prey, Lilith is also known for spitting venom. Truly hideous opponent. But the Archmages came prepared with potent antidotes, undone by her summoner's treachery and the limitations of a mortal host. Lilith found herself divested of her beloved rod and sealed inside a Maki sarcophagus, and then spent the next 1,000 years plotting her escape. It is as you say, but mere freedom is not her endgame. Above all else, I imagine Lilith desires a form which allows her to manifest the fullness of her terrible power. She means to reinvest her soul within the perfect vessel, and thus enhance the strength of her incarnation by an order of magnitude. Perfect vessel. We have carefully orchestrated Arya's conception over the span of centuries. If you do not oppose her now, and try to think what havoc such a cunning and powerful fiend would wreak upon Eorzea. Look what she has accomplished already. So subtle were her manipulations that not a single one of the Nightkin realized her plans or sought to destroy her. Well, this has all been very enlightening, but we should still know closer to finding Arya. Have you any ideas? In order to invest herself within a new host, Lilith will need to recreate the conditions of her original summoning as faithfully as possible. Alignment of the stars, weather, location, that sort of thing. The location I can tell you, assuming the ground itself hasn't fallen into an abyss. Lilith will have taken your friend to his summoning circle in the ruined city of Mach. So you've been to the Weeping City. No getting there without an airship and a pilot, eh? Ah, but not to worry. We know the very person who can help us on that account. Deputy President Jesse of the Garland Ironworks. I shall contact her immediately. I've been in touch with Jessie after that assassination business. As she puts it, she was more than happy to lend us a company ship. Period, Hayaka, you've been an immense help. How can we repay you? It won't be necessary. The guild was already richly compensated by a certain merchant. We requested we aid any mages of the Red who might happen to seek our knowledge. Are you acquainted with the Master Wilkin? It would seem he has been quite generous in spreading his wealth around Ul'dah to ensure you encounter no refusal or inconveniences. Well, well. Gratitude of a wealthy merchant is a fine thing to have. Right, this time we're off to Revenant's stall. Jessie will be waiting. Don't forget to stock some antidotes. I'll be terribly disappointed to hear you die to this vellum after the tale I told you. Soon told me the story, and I have an airship ready to fly. I'll pilot you into the swamp myself. Said I'd return the favor to Arya, and I don't go back on my promises. Shall we go? I'm moored on the northern bank of the lake. Then plan is simple. We cut through the ruins as quickly as we can and unleash merry hells on the Voidsent Queen. The outcome of this battle will decide Arya's fate. Bring everything you have. Make sure that includes a vial or two of antidote. Man, the game is really saying, like, you need an antidote. Oh my god. Do I? Should I really get an antidote? Where do I even get that shit outside of, like, a market board? Fuck. I'll be right back. Alright, having acquired some antidotes. Let us continue. Alright then, got your gear, empty your bladder. Make straight for the ruins of Mach. All aboard, folks. I don't know much about this demon witch, but you sent her back to the void. I want to see Arya safe and sound. Lilith only has one chance at this ritual, but once she knows we're there to stop her, she may begin the ceremony anyway. Conditions be damned. That happens, then we must defeat the fiend ere she forces her soul into Arya's body. We will triumph over Lilith, and free our companion from her curse. Off we go. Right. I did not even think about it, but the weeping city of Mach is not what I thought it was. I was thinking, like, why do you need an airship? But yeah, I remember now. I was thinking about the lost city of Vanderport and all those places, but no, Mach is somewhere entirely different. Bum, bum. Bum, bum, I've listened to so many, like, there's so much ffXIV music I've heard. To the point that it's all just engraved in my mind. Also, I want you to take a wild guess what, you know, what artifact gear we're gonna get at the end of this. I can guarantee you it is exceedingly simple to guess. Which makes me not very excited. But the weapon is very nice, so. Hello, Lilith. Time to die. Wounded. Right. I need to heal myself. There we go. Meteors. Orbs. Sky poop. Whatever you want to call it. Ain't nothing gonna hit me, bitch. Soon, however. A little bit different. So, whatever, you're gonna die. Hello? Thank you. So I bought the antidotes for nothing. I didn't get poisoned once. I guess that's what happens when you've got really good gear and a power creep in. Blah, blah, blah. Not doing it on original release. Arya, Lilith is slain. Come back to us now. Damn it, why won't she wake? Where am I? Where is everyone? I see. This is my own mind, being forced aside by the fiend. Yes, accept thy fate, child. Mine own form was destroyed, but within thy vessel has my soul taken refuge. Once thy will hath diminished unto oblivion, mine essence shall transform the shell. I will rise anew, glorious and complete, and then shall I wreak my vengeance upon all the children of man. Seek not to divide me, my darling creations. Or creations, surrender to the void, surrender to me. Lilith created me. I have to accept this fate. It was what I was always meant to be. Forgive me, Eden. There's so many more memories I'd hoped to make. Farewell. No, this cannot be all there is. I want more. I want to live. You're gonna torture yourself, thyself, child. Your will is forfeit, thy fate sealed. I decide my own fate. Arya, welcome back, my friend. It's Run, Lyn. Look out, Lilith is still here. Your soul is safe now. Lilith is gone. You triumphed over her at last. Chance I wouldn't have had if you had not destroyed her in the flesh. With a stout heart and the power of red magic, there is no foe we cannot overcome. As the two of you have so amply proven. Now let us put this dreary ruin behind us. But have care for your surroundings. This old city is home to more than sinister void scent. We did it, Lyn. It was a hard-won battle, but your heart and steel carried the day. But we must express our gratitude to Jesse for conveying us to the ruins in the first place. Nay, I was but returned a favour. Unlike certain precedents I could mention, I don't like to leave the books unbalanced. Now, I'd best be getting this girl back to the company docks, so this is farewell from me. Take care, Jesse, and thank you. Shall we head back to town then? Okay. I'm so disappointed with this entire antidote conundrum. The game is like, make sure you bring antidotes. Don't forget to bring antidotes. And now I'm just here and didn't get fucking poisoned. I also think the fight was supposed to last a lot longer, but you know, that's neither here nor there. I'm just that good at the game. Anyway. Oh, there's not like a successful rescue attempt to put a smile on my face. It's wonderful to have our companion back, safe and sound. It's wonderful to be back. I cannot wait to begin my training once more. Arya, about your training. Surely you've felt a change within yourself. Your proclivity for spellcasting was a property of Lilith's blood. Now that her corruption has faded from your veins, so too has your aptitude for the arcane. Yes, I feel the difference. My ether is so weak now that I doubt I could cast even the simplest of magics. I wondered how you would take the news, but you seem almost happy. I am. This way I get to study magic from scratch and know that all my achievements will truly be mine. Of course, this means I'll have a lot more work to do before I can catch up to Lynn. But having such a distant goal will be what pushes me to endure the training ahead. I'll be waiting. I'll get there one day. You have the heart of a red mage, that's for certain. Start yourself off with the basics of thaumaturgy and conjuring. Foundation you built yourself will be far more stable than the instinctual power you possessed before. And when you've grasped the fundamentals, I can start your training in red magic again. I look forward to that day, June. As for you, Lynn, you've grown stronger than ever. You've known for some time that the magics of a red mage are fueled by the caster's own ether. The potency of your spells is a reflection of your indomitable spirit, and I dare say that the soul crystal you bear will reward your dedication to the art by granting you new knowledge. Thus concludes my stint as mentor for the now. Lynn, you have graduated from my lessons, and Arya, you must ready yourself to begin all over again. You have flung yourself into revolution's smoldering ashes and reignited the fires of Alamiga's glory. Remember the light you brought with that liberation when next you plunge ahead into darkness. Swoon, you speak as if you mean to leave us. Aye, I must return to my pilgrimage. But fear not, those who defy the tides of destiny are always drawn together, sooner or later. And so this is not farewell, merely a temporary parting of ways. Eagerly do I await the day our paths cross again, my friends. And complete. And with that, we learn the final red mage skill that we can at the moment, which is Ver Holy. It's like Ver Flare, but just the white magic variant. Okay, I'm just gonna delete these because it annoys me. And let's open up this cover, shall we? As we get the duelist stuff. Which is a piece of armor that you, that we have already seen, except for the Murglaze. We have seen all of this before in the PvP armor set kind of dealios. Now, I would like this set if it weren't for this. Like, I'm sorry, but that is not Lynn's butt. You know? Like, it just, I don't like how much it goes out there. Once she draws her weapon, it's fine, I feel, but before it just, too much. Anyway, the boots, let me go and just, like, check the things one by one, just like I've been doing before. The hat is iconic as hell. I cannot even, there's no other words that I can say for that, just iconic as heck. The robe, really, really nice. However, once again, I don't like how this is just, I don't like it. The gloves, very powerful, is what I would call them. I like the color and I like I like the general like texture of them. However, I don't like how they become so big. Of course, in combination with this, it works, kind of. I feel. Even then, it's not amazing. Anyway, the pants is, well, it's not that, well. It has some design choices, but nothing that would really make me say, wow. These thigh boots, however, are amazing. In all honesty. They are absolutely amazing. However, for this current set that I'm going for, these other ones are much better. I also cannot dye these at the moment, so, you know, it's another thing, but that'll be a thing for the future. And then the last thing is the Morglaze, which is my favorite red mage weapon in the game. Even, like, you can have an upgraded version of this once again with an effect. Even without the effect, this is still my favorite looking rapier in the game. And I won't be upgrading my my weapon for a while anyway, so I'm just going to glamour this on top of this, and there we go. Easy! A 1, 2, 3. I need to change this. I'll deal with that later on. Anyway, my friends, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Just Chat while I was playing Final Fantasy XIV. And the next episode we are going to go and start doing all of the side quests in Stormblood. Goodbye.